Hello and welcome back to Nelson All Over Cards. Today I am here with Jeremy, or Jay-Z, however you prefer to go by, one of the senior designers for Star Wars Unlimited. We just did a demo and I'm excited to talk about it. So, Jay-Z, tell me a little bit about Unlimited. What's the elevator pitch?
Star Wars Unlimited is a fast-paced, head-to-head TCG. You each take control of a leader. Some like coolest things, choose some of your favorite Star Wars characters. You start and play with your leader. Eventually, that leader can come and play as a unit. You start with by kind of behind the scenes, directing your forces through the two different arenas. We have a ground and space arena. But eventually, your leader can come into play as a unit themselves to make a big impact on the battlefield. And they're quite powerful, so they will make a very big impact. The whole point of the game is to defeat your opponent's base. We each have a base of 30 hit points. So essentially, the first person to deal 30 damage to their opponent's base will win the game. And yeah, we'll have cards come into play, a whole bunch of units. Every time you play a unit, you play it in the space or ground arena. Each one will tell you above the title which arena it goes into. And then you'll be taking on this actions back and forth system where I do thing, you do thing. Very interactive. And yeah, constantly engaged, stuff happening. They'd be attacking sometimes your base, sometimes all your units on the appropriate arenas, playing events that might have a big impact on the game. And yeah, it's pretty fun. So
yeah, and what I enjoyed is that the rule set was fairly easy to grasp.
It is, yeah.
Especially if you played card games before. But I was able to play Vader. You were playing Luke. You ended up destroying my Death Star, which I mean thematically makes sense, but mechanically made me sad. Anyways, my favorite part about this game is the space and then the ground force. I drew into a lot of ground force units at this beginning, and I was kind of flooding the ground. And once Jay-Z started attacking the space, because the space can attack the base or the ground can attack the base, I needed to figure out a way to do that. And so there were a couple cards that I had which allowed me to search through my deck, and I was able to grab some space units, but it was too late for that. But okay, so Jay-Z, tell me a little bit about kind of the idea behind like the fast pace, why it's like, that's one of the other things that I really like. There's like no necessarily like reactions to attacks and something, or actions. And something that we were talking about right before we started is that that's kind of built in because of the, quick nature. So on your turn, what can you do?
Yeah, there's 5 things all you could do. The most common thing is like play a card. You have resources in play. You exhaust those resources to play a card equal to the cost and upper left-hand value. Also, a very common action is attacking with units. If you have a ready unit, you can exhaust it to attack their base directly or attack another units in the corresponding arena. You can also use action abilities in play. Each of our leaders has an action ability. You can also take the initiative. Whoever has initiative will start the action phase by taking the first action each round, which is really good. You can also pass, essentially not take action to make your opponent see what they're going to do. Maybe you get some more information. Like, first try and bluff them. Sometimes do that. I'll pass. You're like, why are you passing? Like, you have a trick on your sleeve, or what are you doing?
Yeah.
You never know.
Wait for something to come out that I can, I am your father, and deal 7 damage to a unit unless they say no, and you get to draw 3 cards.
I try to bait them into doing something first. Now I react and do, I got you kind of moment. So
yeah.
Before we start playing, attacking is very common. Playing cards, attacking with units. So yeah, it's very quick back and forth. We want to make sure people feel like they're involved constantly.
Yeah.
There's not too much downtime. Because when you do one thing, I do one thing constantly. At in the action phase, you'll do a quick regroup phase where you draw 2 cards. You may resource the cards and build up your resources. To eventually play bigger, more powerful cards. And eventually bring out your leaders. They'll come out later on and fill the game. And then once those leaders come into play, they can really affect the game.
They are significant. They're big. They're big. So like once you have 7 resources, you can bring Darth Vader out. Now you don't have to spend those resources. He can come out as an epic action, which is one of the actions that you can take, which is really cool. Okay, so I kind of talked about my favorite part about the game, which is the ground unit and the space units. Now I'm going to put you on the spot. What is your favorite part about this game?
There's a lot, but I really do like the resource system.
Yeah.
Like I love kind of multi-purpose cards. Instead of a card just doing this one thing every time, instead of playing it, I can use it as a resource. Turn it face down, now it's a resource. It helps with draws sometimes. It's not like the best draw. So if you have a card, I don't really need this card, I'll just make it a resource. Now I put it to use. I can exhaust it for resources every round. So I love that. I love the decision making. As you said, sometimes it can be a difficult choice. Like I like all these cards, but I really need to add a resource so I can bring Luke out later on.
Yep.
It can be difficult. It can also be fun though too. It helps with deck building too. You can put any card you want in your deck. So sometimes you might put a card in your deck.
That was
It's
cool,
like
yeah.
very situational. So sometimes it's great to play it, but not very often. Well, you can go ahead and resource it.
Yep.
That's fine
Yep.
because it has a multi-purpose use. So make
Very
it
cool.
definitely more interesting. You can play some really kind of very situational cards that you usually don't want, but sometimes they're very key. So the times you don't want it, just resource it. It still does a
Yeah.
purpose. So I really love the resource system.
Nice. Well, awesome. Yeah, so we don't have too much more time to talk about it, but I wanted to give a quick, brief interview and introduction to the game because I just got to play it and I wanted to talk to you all about it. And I will probably see some more of this on the channel because this was a ton of fun. Before we go, what are you most excited for to get this into people's hands? Like, what are you looking forward to? And I think it's 2024 is kind of what we've heard.
I know it's next year. Yeah.
Okay.
So it can't come soon enough. Yeah,
Right.
I'm excited. It's been a blast just being here at Gen Con, just interacting with fans, watching their reactions, just watching them play and having so much fun moments. So I can't wait for everybody to get this experience. So I guess stay tuned. Yeah, we're looking forward to this.
Awesome. Well, thank you so very much for watching. Thank you, Jeremy, for teaching me the game and talking about it. I appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to playing more. See you around.